On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
I've been cheated on. I ain't afraid to admit that, and it hurt. Uh, but and if I got cheated on now, I'm married, by the way. But if I got cheated on now, it would hurt, but in a different way because I'm a different person. So, I'm more secure. Uh, and so again, like I said, it would hurt for different reasons. We bring things to the table, relationships. Some people are naturally anxious, naturally insecure, and ain't nothing going to ever be done. And then, so when you sustain a cheat, that's an injury.
We got a full house tonight, man. It should be interesting. So normally when we have a lot more people, I put the topic out there, kind of go around, get everybody's initial response, and then from that point on, we're going to just be discussing. So feel free to chime in whenever you guys want to chime in after that. That way we're not just sitting around waiting for a long period of time. The church say amen.
Amen.
All right. I'm gonna pass that pot around in a second, so let's see y'all sprinkle a little bit with that little. All right, y'all. Again, make sure you guys get these likes up. Let's get this show started, man. Our first topic of the night is: does cheating cause insecurities? Does cheating cause insecurities? This is a great conversation because so often we have people that are in relationships, and when one has cheated, the other person appears to be insecure after that. The question that I have is, are they insecure before? Were they always insecure? Or did the insecurity come after the cheating? I'm going to start with you, Kay. Does cheating cause insecurities?
I think that it definitely can. Since it's a breach of trust, people may have a hard time feeling secure in how they trust the person that they're with. I don't necessarily think that if you become insecure after an act of cheating or whatever, that it means that you were always insecure. I mean, that was definitely a breach of trust and of the commitment in the relationship. So yeah, it definitely can. I think that if people work together and build back up that trust, that it doesn't necessarily have to cause insecurities, though.
Okay, I got you. Courtney, does insecurity cause cheating? Or does cheating cause insecurities? I'm sorry.
I totally agree. I think it does. With women, when a man cheats on a woman, we look at it as internally, even though a man might not think of it as I'm not cheating on you. I love you. It's just, it just happened. But women, we take it internally. So we look at it as like, what's wrong with me? Something must be wrong with me that you're cheating on me and you don't want me. So yes. And then it breeds insecurity in us. And then, depending on the relationship and how you deal with it, a lot of women asking more questions. Where are you? Wanting to check your phone and things like have a burner account to check to see who you liking on IG. So for sure for women. With men, I don't know if it breeds insecurity. I think they're more dismissive with it. So if a woman cheats on him, I think he's like kind of done. So I think sometimes that could be a deal breaker with the man, and it's like, okay, I'm finished with it. But for sure with a woman.
Okay. Anton, does cheating cause insecurities?
Yeah, probably. I can't speak from a woman's perspective because I guess I've never actually even been in that position on either side, but I would imagine that it does. Maybe from a woman's perspective, I think guys in general understand that the reasons why women and men cheat are completely different in the first place. So, for example, a guy, and I say this often, a guy can cheat. I think that a guy can love two women at the same time. I think a guy also can cheat conversely without it having anything to do with the woman. And I think that women initially realize, or their initial reaction is probably insecurity, anger and insecurity. And then once you understand who men are, then you just understand that men can operate completely different and separate from his current situation. Whereas I don't think that a guy gets insecure if a woman was to cheat. I don't even think that we think that far beyond the emotional aspect of it, especially when you're talking about long term. But I think that guys should probably be a little bit more insecure, even though they aren't, simply because we also understand that women cheat for a completely separate reason. And a lot of times her tie into another guy is emotional. And emotional for me probably would be worse than the idea of just cheating in general. So I guess to answer your question, I don't really know, but if I had to guess, I would guess that women get insecure, but men are a little bit more detached after they get over the emotional wreckage that come along with it. Because I think long term we more concerned about our bag than we are about the person that we sleeping next to, so to speak.
Gotcha. Hannibal, does cheating cause insecurities?
So it depends on the person. It depends on the person. It depends on what the person is even in the relationship for. There are people in relationships with people they don't even care about them at all. They're in relationships so they can split the rent. A person who has no emotional tie to another person could discover a person cheating and then say, oh well, because I was cheating too, so I guess we both just dirty dogs, So I one thing I'm gonna do for as long as I'm on this show, I ain't gonna presume to be able to speak for all men. I don't know nothing about all men. I don't know nothing about all men's approach, and I certainly can't speak for all men. But I know for me, when I was a much younger man, I was much more insecure or much less secure. And I also approach relationships from a more of a possessive standpoint. Like, this is my woman. That's my stuff in her pants. And the cheating, I've been cheated on. I ain't afraid to admit that. And it hurt. But it would, and if I got cheated on now, I'm married, by the way. But if I got cheated on now, it would hurt, but in a different way because I'm a different person. So, I'm more secure. And so again, like I said, it would hurt for different reasons. We bring things to the table, relationships. Some people are naturally anxious, naturally insecure, and ain't nothing gonna ever be done. And then so when you sustain a cheat, that's an injury. Why would you not end up more insecure? That you just was injured spiritually. So, a person who is very insecure is probably going to end up more insecure. And then if you've been cheated on before and then enough it happens again and you ain't had no kind of therapy, spiritual healing in between the occurrences, you staring down Rex City.